this afternoon? The Lions are doing well, if you haven't seen. Anyway, I'd like to welcome you to St. John, and we'll have this concert this afternoon. And I want to introduce Jean-Michael, who's our normal organist and music director here at St. John. And I'll let you come up and introduce the rest of the program.
Thank you everyone for being here. So this is Bach-toberfest, which we started planning in the spring, and it's sort of a combination of music of Bach and the Reformation and Oktoberfest. So perhaps the reception is more the fest part, and this is the Bach part, I don't know. But please stay after and spend some time together. Anyway, the program has a change, so we decided to make to go with these sheep may safely graze first. So if you look in the program, that's the last piece, but we're not doing it in reverse, but we're actually going to do that piece first. So that's a small error that happened in the program. So we're going to do Sheep May Safely Graze, and I'm going to invite our violinist, Daniel Winnick, and our tenor soloist, Tyrese Bird. Come on out, guys. And so Sheep May Safely Graze.
But that tempo is still wrong. Continue, continue.
Beginning, 2, 3, go.
No, faster, faster. No, faster, faster. You got to go faster.
Sorry, Sean.
What? Who is this woman? Where did they come from?
I don't know. They're certainly very interestingly attired.
I don't know. I think, are you from the 1720s like we all are? Like, we know how this music's supposed to go.
I didn't even get to say
My name is P.D.Q. Bach. And for your information, I am the oddest of Bach's 20-odd children.
I can see odd for sure.
That's just all wrong.
Okay, well, why don't you try, and then we'll start again, and then we'll see if we can maybe make it work. We'll try one more time. How about that?
All right.
So you count us in. How about you count us in?
Okay.
We'll do the same. Yeah, we didn't even say. How about like one bar before the singer? One bar before the singer.
Great.
Okay, give us 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think you guys, yeah, I wouldn't follow it.
I can't do this. I only got them to sing 2 bit.
Well, listen. Listen, I wrote some wonderful music, a whole collection. It's called The Ill-Tempered Clavier. Can't you just play something from that?
You know, I happen to have one right here. So I'll play the Ill-Tempered Clavier. This is number 6 in E flat. So P.D.Q. Bach is a real character in the history of music in the 70s and 80s, and he was sort of he was an actual person who played music and wrote music, and Rebecca is reincarnating him here. But this is an actual P.D.Q. Bach piece, which you'll hear like parts of Bach, parts of jazz, parts of Beethoven, parts of Mozart, and it's sort of making fun of the styles all meshed together. And I'll just give you a taste of P.D.Q. Bach, the real composer.
Fine. I will leave now. And what is that expression you people say? Break a leg?
I'll try not to. St. Anthony Chorale, the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which Mozart set for piano variations for real, and the Hallelujah Chorus by Handel, and then a few other figures right in there, like some chromatic scales and things. So now we're going to go to the program as printed, Bach's Italian Concerto, of course written for harpsichord, because the piano was developed in the 1830s. The harpsichord was used up until about that time as the primary keyboard instrument. So we have his music on piano, it really was written for harpsichord, and this is one of them for sure. A real famous one, and the notes will give you more information about why we call it Italian. you. So next I'm going to invite Tyrese. He's going to sing 3 hymns that are unaccompanied, meaning I don't play. He'll sing the tune, which 2 of them at least are tunes that we sing really well, and this is the Reformation portion. So Now Thank We All Our God and A Mighty Fortress. Then I'm going to play, after he sings each one, I'm going to play the organ version of it that Bach wrote. And he wrote many versions of them, especially these, but lots of other choral preludes, we called it. So organ pieces based on hymns to tunes that were very famous in the Lutheran Church at the time. So we'll just do that sort of a back and forth for Mighty Fortress, the Liebst dir Herr Jesu, and the Now Thank We All Our God.
This is a problem that J.S. Bach probably didn't anticipate. Pairing Bluetooth pedals with your tablet from piano. But we're all good now.
So for the next portion, we're going to move to music for tenor. So Bach wrote a lot of pieces for church, of course. He also wrote a lot of secular music, meaning outside church. And he wrote arias, special solo repertoire pieces for all voice types, soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. And the Feuerten cantata, which is the Christmas oratorio, from the Christmas oratorio, is one such collection. And then we're going to hear the famous Ave Maria, which is the only piece that has a portion not by Bach, and Charles Gounod wrote the melody, but the accompaniment is the piano or the harpsichord piece, the C major prelude, which everyone learns like in 4th or 5th grade or 6th grade. So it's Gounod Bach put together. So that's the only exception to our all Bach program. So let's welcome Tyrese, and we have the Ave Maria and the Feuerten. So as the musicians say, lots of notes to learn in those pieces. So next, we have a section called ensemble, which maybe is a misnomer because the other piece was ensemble too, but was reduced for piano and voice, right? Because a lot of these pieces were for orchestra and voice. But anyway, ensembles, we have Daniel Bach, Der Glauben from the cantata Wer la Glaubet, the BWV 37. So when you know your BWV numbers, you're good, because that's the Bach catalog. So if you put in any Google search, BWV 37, this piece will come up. You don't even need to say Bach, you don't even need to say classical music or organ or piano or anything. Just put in BWV and the space and the number, and it goes into the hundreds and hundreds. I think there's like over 1,000. So Bach's writing is vast. So Der Glauben, and then a piece from the Magnificat, which is very appropriate, of course, for Advent. So we'll have a short interval then, the free will offering. Please be generous, and a little break. Bathrooms around the hall down this way, and then we'll come back to the conclusion of our program. So thanks very much.
This is the signal to the sound man. Okay, easy. Thumbs up. Ah, it's on. It's on. Thank you so much. So I thought I would start with a little music to start the second half and kind of beckon you back on stage, back to the stage. I'm going to put away this instrument because it's the only song I'm playing on it, and I'll get my other one. And while I'm doing that, just wanted to extend my thanks to St. John Lutheran and to Sean Jackman, my longtime friend and collaborator, for having me here today. It's a real pleasure to play for you all and to explore the ins and outs and the breadth and depth of the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, one of our favorite composers. I wanted to play the piece you just heard, which was actually my debut as a viola recitalist. I've never played viola for people before, so thank you for indulging me. Thanks. I hope there's no cellists in the audience because, I apologize for taking your piece, but, okay. You could just turn the mic off anytime, yeah. He said, he raises his hand. So, but as you see in your programs from the excellent program notes, Bach wrote several sets of music for solo string instruments, solo cello, the cello suites, of which that was an example, and then also a set of 6 what are called sonatas and partitas for solo violin, which is what I'm going to be playing from in a moment. But I wanted to mention, I go way back with Bach, and if you learn a string instrument nowadays, it's very likely that you learn via the Suzuki method. Many of you probably have children, grandchildren, or you may know people that have grown up with the Suzuki method. It's a method that kind of became popular in the 1970s, and it's a lot about ear training. And this is one of the old versions of the first book of the Suzuki method, which is just the way that I started on the violin now 30 years ago. Wow. 30 years, yeah, when I was 7 years old. So this was the first ever book of music I ever played as a violinist, this actual book. And it starts off with folk songs, but very quickly, about midway through this book, you get to a very exciting piece which introduces some new techniques. And it goes by a very unceremonious title in the book. It's called Minuet 1. Okay, so just tell me if you've heard, I'm going to just play a little bit of this. This is a little bit of nostalgia for me, and then tell me if you've heard this before. Ring a bell, anybody? Yeah. So, you do? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so just imagine, oh, there you go. Just imagine the way that the Suzuki method is typically practiced. It's group classes along with individuals. So just imagine you're at a festival for Suzuki violinists and you have about 300 10-year-olds all playing that in unison. That was my childhood. So it's wonderful. He introduces the music of Bach really early in this method because of all of the techniques that it contains, that the music contains. And also, it's just wonderful music. It's timeless. It's really a pleasure and a privilege to be playing some of this for you. So I'm going to put down the mic and play a little bit more music. And actually, you're going to hear, the first one you're going to hear is the Allemande from the second partita, which is actually the first movement of solo Bach I learned with my teacher in high school. Has a special place in my heart. And then you can read all about the Gavotte as well in your program notes. So I'll just play those 2 pieces. Thank you so much. forgot to mention one thing. You guys can hear me, but anyway, I forgot to mention one thing, which is that I brought with me some books today, I don't know if there are any young members. Oh, I see some young members of our audience who might be interested. So I have, I think, 5 copies of this book that I found. It's called Famous Childhoods. It's a series of books, and it's a little kid's biography and a book about Johann Sebastian Bach and his childhood and then the rest of his career written for kids. It's really great, and you're welcome to a copy if you're one of the first 5 lucky people to come see me after the concert. The book is yours, so I encourage you to grab one and learn about the inspiring career of Johann Sebastian Bach. So, Sean, come on back out. All right, thanks.
So the next part of our program is the Goldberg Variations, and if you read in the program, that's sort of a monumental keyboard work of Bach. I was surprised to read this week or last week as I was getting ready. It's been recorded 600 times. 600 times. It's one of his most popular pieces. Bach did it 3 times, Glenn Gould, the famous Canadian Bach scholar, expert, pianist, did it 3 times in his life, but it's been done 600 times. So I'm just going to play portions of it. They're all variations on the aria, which you'll hear first, and then it concludes with the aria again. So the famed Goldberg Variations for keyboard by J.S. Bach. one of the 600 recordings. There's probably 100 on YouTube, and enjoy. And again, that's only like a few of the movements. There are 30 variations. They're all played twice. So it's an hour and 15 minutes. Therese will come back now to do a cantata movement, and I'm going to give the mic to him. He's going to send some greetings.
Hello, thank you so much for having me this afternoon for this concert. It's been such a pleasure to work on such beautiful music. Bach is one of my favorite composers. I actually serve on the board of a Bach organization back in South Carolina, where I'm from, currently here in Michigan doing my DMA. But just a lot of this music that I've sung today has been stuff that's very near and dear to me. So the next piece from Cantata 161, Komm du süßes Todesstunde, which is Come Sweet Hour of Death. The whole cantata is kind of a reflection on the time of death and kind of coming to terms with it and kind of accepting it in a way. So this is the second and third movement, so it's just after the first chorale. And the recitative for this is kind of just saying, you know, the world offers only bad things. Kind of that even the sweetest things in the world are kind of like a poison to me. And so then it starts to reflect on this longing for heaven and something greater than this world. What I think is really interesting about this one is it starts off as kind of a regular recitative as you'd hear as the rest, but then it has this really, at the moment when they decide to look toward heaven, there's this really beautiful cello solo that you'll kind of hear that accompanying figure at the end of the recit. It's really lovely. And then the rest of it is a real reflection and kind of, but the notes are really windy and kind of give you that sense of kind of aimlessly wandering for heaven. So I hope you enjoy this beautiful reflection. And thanks so much for having me once again.
Welt, deine Lust ist Last, dein Zucker ist mehr als ein Gift verhasst, dein Freudenlicht ist mein Komet,
This is our final piece. I hope you join us at the reception. Thanks for being here. We have a concert series. We have one in March and one in May. So check the church website. You'll see the publicity. You can always email me. Thank you very much, and great to have you.